There we go. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. We are ostensibly in the last dungeon. We haven't upgraded our equipment. We didn't go... actually, I think everyone is at... I think all of these characters are at max weapon. But, yeah, this may go poorly. We'll see. I presume we'll be able to brute force it, so, you know, whatever.
Surprise, surprise, it won't budge.
Okay.
This mechanism looks a lot like the ones we've seen in the rune barrows.
Uh-huh.
A sign that Aldrich's research has progressed?
Uh-huh.
If so, all we need to do is find the lenses that serve as the door's keys. And then we should be able to open it.
Well, we've got 2 wings of this castle to go check. So let's do that. There's some big vases. This place is unnecessarily large.
No hard feelings.
Okay, ogres and mine orbs. See how this goes.
Swift and certain.
Okay, we can one-shot the ogres. That's
I call
nice.
on you, Rune.
That's good.
Last one!
Not bad.
Excellent, everyone.
Shoes of flight? What the what? Greatly increase evasion probability. That's pretty interesting. Alright, what's over here? Blocked by the power of the lens. Wait a second. Eesh. Let's go to the end of this hall first. See what we see there. Okay, we presumably
Doesn't seem
see
like much of a
nothing.
threat. Swift and certain. I call on you, Rune.
No.
Nice needle, so nice.
Hey now!
No.
Yeah, got him!
Barely broke a sweat.
Where do we put those boots on? Wave. A bunch of stuff. Okay, well, I kind of expected that the big deal to be at the end of each of these halls. I fucking knew it. When I saw that red door, I was like, wait a second. They're gonna have doors, motherfuckers. So we're gonna have to go
Doesn't
back
seem like much of a
hall.
threat.
You're not for. Go.
Yeah.
You're nothing.
Got you now! Ah! Whoa!
Not for. Go. Damn. You're nothing. For. Go. Damn.
No.
Then,
Yeah, so long. The coup de grace.
the
Not
coup
even
de
worth
grace.
sullying my blade.
Jeebus. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take, because otherwise my fucking, I'm gonna take this off of her and put the fucking shoes of flight on her. Because otherwise my inventory is just gonna get hammered. Are we getting levels here? Do another fight to check. Because we might put on the Subiversary!
We got him quickly in there.
How's it going, desserts?
Swift and
Thank you very much for the
I
sub.
call on you, Rune.
Appreciate it. Hope you're doing
Nice
well.
try.
I might even put on the
You
the
got it. Arcana!
repel charm
You're nothing.
to
Let's end this.
just go through this
Go.
place.
If only it were always
Dear.
this easy.
What?
We are
got
not
even
getting
stronger.
very many or very much experience here. I think I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to put the monster repel charm on. Came out wrong. You meant you're currently eating peach pie. Well, you know, roughly the same thing. Okay, surely there's like a treasure chest or something at the end of this hallway. Acha! Rune of Medical Studies. What? Increases the effect of healing items by 50%. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Okay, we got blue, so we can't unlock red. I wonder if we can actually even unlock blue. I wonder if it won't unlock until we go put it in the slot. That's gonna be somewhat annoying. There's a blue up here that we can test on. A sacred helmet! I don't know that I would want to put... Yeah, sure. Do that. That's straight up better than what he had. Okay. Now the question is, was that a one-time use? Or... not? Red door there. There's also a red door up where we came from.
Noah, we won't be able to open this unless we find both.
Okay, have to have both lenses. Save. Good to know. Oh shit, I'd be doing it. Yeah, we'll see how it actually goes. Corners. We'll see how it goes. What is this? It's blue. We can get in there. You got a blue lens. What do you got for me? A holy circlet. Yeah, that's better. Go ahead and go up here. Oh shit, this requires the blue lens?
Look, the lens.
Oh damn! We picked right! we wouldn't have been able to get up here without the blue lens. So we picked the correct direction. Nice. That normally doesn't happen for me. Not in the way that I want it to, anyways. We'll go check bottom first. Probably an item down there. Presumably nothing there. But presumably an item over here. Rune of the Knight's Path. Have strength and magic in exchange for 50% physical and magic defense boost. Wow, that is tanky tank. That's pretty interesting. Oh, this is a very red hallway. That door doesn't have any color. Oh, we're getting a fucking recipe at this point? Wow. And I swear... A scent badge. Worn by trainees, greatly boosts experience gains. Really? At this point? Question mark? Rune of SP+. Okay, that's pretty fucking good, actually. I'm not like a huge fan of the Rune of SP +1, but +2. That's pretty good. Maybe. I don't know if there is a new game plus or how things interact like that or any of that stuff. So no idea. I don't know if there's like a post game. I presume there's a post game because there's DLC for the game, but I don't know. That might just be like an add-on, do it through like the main menu, or who the fuck knows. Strength plus 15%. I was gonna say, this looks a little spoopy. Like we might have a boss fight here, spoopy.
This must be Eldric's library. Look at the size of it. It puts some Imperial universities to shame.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It's an eyesore is what it is.
Who be?
I was gonna say, that's a lot of space and not a lot of books. This is a lot of space that could be books. Am I gonna end up burning it down? I don't know.
It looks like there's a book-shaped indentation.
Okay, do I gotta go find books?
It looks like...
Seems likely. Okay, let's go investigate some books. Oh. Quick movement. Interesting.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Shadows, strike!
Yay.
Nice try! You're nothing!
What?
Dear! You're nothing! Go!
Excellent,
Dear!
Yeah. Okay, this does go up a little high. A faded book! Did you just ugh? Is it that bad?
Let's do this.
Dang.
You
No
asked for
AoEs.
it. You got it.
Hey, AoEs! Nice. I'm surprised you did anything to Dijkstra.
That's what you get.
A silver
shells-
chest! A book of knowledge. Only the one, though. Just...
Wrong book. Wrong book. I think this book.
Aha! Okay. I see, I see.
Let's do this.
Ooh, a raptor.
Gotcha now. So long!
Oh, dang. Raptor got to go. Oh, 2 damage. No AoEs, unfortunato. I feel
Nice
a
try.
little too strong.
I call on you, Rune.
Dear.
You're toast.
Go.
Yes, yes, Galdia. I understand. Galdia. You've said it before. Calm down. Oh. Oh! Oh, don't make me walk all the way back over there. Wait, what? What loop-de-loop hell is this? Book of Power. What fucking Triforce
for it.
bullshit is this? Uh-oh. The person that's supposed to have a super high evasion is the person who doesn't dodge. Nice.
I call on you, Rune. The coup de grace.
A coup de grace.
Righteous.
Wait. It's gonna make me! Gonna make me go all the way back in. Put that Book of Power in. And then it's gonna make me run all the way the back up somewhere else. I don't like it.
Let's do this.
Your support for this dungeon was the black guy who sometimes auto kills encounters, and he was awesome. That's fair. That's pretty fair.
Yeah!
For the win.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Righteous.
Ooh, Archdemon. Nice. I have the avoidance rune. Well, mine isn't useful for anything. I brought Cassandra just because I like Cassandra. And also so I could swap party members if I felt like I needed to. But, which I actually have already done. Before we went live, I actually was swapping party members because I was swapping equipment around. Is it this one? No, it's the next one.
Fight bravely.
Shadows, strike!
We're getting a lot of useful shit here, though.
Yeah,
I just have, like, no intention of going back to using it. Or to be able to use it. Started playing the new Zelda game, and it's super creative. That's fun. Hell yeah.
Last one.
if only it were always this easy.
Hell yeah. Play a minion build in a Zelda game? Yo. That's pretty sick. Honestly. Oh, shit. I didn't realize this opened up over here. My bad.
Challenge accepted.
In fairness, I don't know that they actually showed me that.
I like that.
Minion build? Are you building a base like a Dungeon Keeper Evil Genius? I would assume it's like playing a necromancer, but not necessarily undead things. You know, you have an army of minions to do your fighting for you, rather than you actually fighting. Which I actually really enjoy in a lot of games. I'm probably gonna be playing a lot of minion stuff when Path of Exile 2 comes out. Book of Fate! After talking about PoE 2, you find it hard not to minion it up. Oh. I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna play so I don't know if we actually plan on playing. Like, I know you and I will probably end up playing PoE 2 together, but I don't know if the group as a whole ends up plans to play PoE 2
You got
when it comes out.
Arcana!
So I don't know what will happen there, but a minion build is definitely something that I will end up playing. I just don't know at what point. Let's fuck with our items real quick. We don't care about all of these. Jeebus. Any word on post-game Atlas content for 2? Yeah, there's post-game Atlas content. I mean, I don't know specifics or anything, but it definitely exists. It should be fine. Well, I understand what your opinion of the game is, but I do think you need to keep in mind that PoE 2 is designed as a very different game than PoE 1, right? Like, I'm sure that post-game Atlas will still be the main concept once you have beaten the game, right? But it is designed to be a more... a less zoom, 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 go fast, go fast, go fast kind of game to play, necessarily. Not that it won't be zoom, 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 go fast, especially at the end game. But, like, I guess I'm trying to say, like, it seems like they did build PoE 2 with the story in mind. Not just, like, burn through everything as quickly as possible and then immediately start mapping. But yes, I haven't seen a lot of information about the post-game, but they have stated that the post-game exists. Atlas, it may not be exactly the Atlas, but that concept still exists. Damn. I thought we were just gonna be able to go get the fucking red lens, but this is a whole journey. Like a whole ass journey. A whole ass journey. Crikey.
Welcome.
It's you, finally.
We meet again, Mask.
Ah, the little guardian. I gather it was you who defeated Durad and halted the primal lens of soul calling?
Sure was. And it felt real good.
I remember you from the Tree Folk Sparrows. Who are you?
An envoy of the Conclave of the Dawn. A group of mine whose motives run contrary to the Guardians.
They're a bunch of thieves who want the lens's secrets.
Is that why you've been helping Eldrick?
The future he seeks is of great interest to the Conclave.
And I suppose you don't care how many people die to make it happen.
We believe the rune lenses are at least that valuable, yes. But enough chatter. It's time I repaid some of the Dukes' charity.
Sure would have been cool and interesting to have more of that story.
Oh, I'm definitely not letting you walk.
Alright. Let's use Mistake. We'll have Hakugen do that, actually. You can just attack. You can just attack. You can just attack.
I'll send it right back to you. I'll
Yeah,
send
we'll
it
actually
right
have her
back to
return
you.
magic. And we will have you stake. Well, you'll Warcry!
I'll show you the secret of the rune.
Now.
Shall I show you the secret of the runes?
Did that
Take this!
one shot Hakugen? It did one shot Hakugen. Well then. Yeah, that's That's on me, I guess.
I'll send it right back to
No,
you.
not return. I'm only gonna need the recovery wave. And you will... Superior medicine.
This isn't over.
Assuming anybody's alive.
I needed that.
To sleep. To sleep.
Take this!
I know where to strike.
We
Yikes.
good? I'll put out.
Thanks for that.
Want some more?
Okay. Do another chain smash. Do another attack.
I'll send it right back to
No,
you.
stop returning magic. Do another recovery wave. You use a panacea. And you can work that.
I'm using this.
I'll
Back on your
handle
feet.
this.
I needed that.
Are you all right?
Thanks for that.
I needed that.
What?
I know where to strike.
Ah. Okay, lace the fuck into her. Yeah, sure. You're gonna recovery wave every turn, basically. We'll sidewinder. Okay.
Rune of seclusion. I call you.
I'll handle this. Are you all right?
Thanks for that.
I needed that.
To sleep. Shall I show you the secret of the runes?
You asked for it. You
That
got
does an
it.
absurd amount of
Arcana.
damage.
My turn.
Damn it. We are asleep.
I'm using this.
I'll
Back on your
handle
feet.
this.
Aces.
Are you all right?
Thanks for
I
that.
needed
Shall I
that.
show you the secret of the runes? Shall I show you the secret of the runes?
You asked for it. You
Thank you
got
for
it.
waking me up.
Arcana.
I appreciate it. We do significantly less damage without the war cry. My god.
Now,
Don't mess with a guardian.
Nice.
We did it!
War cry is super fucking OP. It's stupendously good.
What? I got even stronger?
Rune of Lamb.
oh well, I suppose that should be enough.
People like you come along, defile the barrows, and twist ancient knowledge for your own benefit. And it's the Guardian's duty to make you pay.
Oh, you'll not be striking me down today, little one.
What the?
The dragon.
Ah, good. They've released it. I was hoping I'd bought enough time. And now I must away.
Don't you dare!
Until we meet again, little guardian.
No! She did it again!
So what was all that rumbling?
I don't have a good feeling about this.
All the more reason to hurry.
Oh, it's fine.
Hey,
Sure.
Noah.
Did you ever tell Marissa about our first co-expedition in the Barrows?
No, and maybe it's better we keep it that way.
You say directly in front of Wave. Alright. Go ahead and use a recovery incense. Get us back up. Marissa? Look, that's just his accent. That's just his accent. Oh shit. Wait, what? Shortcut?
Noah!
Why
I knew
the
it was
fuck are
only a matter
you
of time
here?
before a mighty spinadeer like you found my secret chamber.
Which is a chamber of what exactly?
Behold, my true laboratory! Here I have been tinkering with new tops and rapping at the door of Begoma's deepest truths.
Your true laboratory is in the bottom of Aldrich's castle? What?
All this trouble for one last little game.
Through careful observation of your duels, I believe I have made a breakthrough. Just as I hypothesized, there is something in each top that reacts to the will of the spinner.
I don't care, Cork.
I could have told you that, Doc. There's indescribable power packed into this little piece of wood.
Just so. And now the time has come to verify my discoveries firsthand. Noah, you are the world's greatest spinadeer. If I am to attain Begoma's greatest secrets, it can only be through drawing metaphorical blood. With you!
Well, yeah, just one. I have multiple golds, but only one of them is the legendaries. No. I don't care,
So-
Cork. I don't care. I do not forkin' care. I do not. I will not. I care not. Ah. Okay, well, we're back out over here then. That's interesting, at least. Get this red door. Blessed Heavy Helm. Hell yeah. Needs a little more tankiness anyways. Alright. I am getting, like, tinnitus in my ears every, like, 20 seconds. It's really fucking me up. We already got that one. We have not gotten this one. Blessed Armor. Again, probably going on wave. Yeah, he needs it. We did not get... I mean, we had the option, but I didn't realize it was gonna I thought it was going to be far quicker, actually. So I'm going to head back over here, because I did not explore the furthest door. Svan. Blessed shield. I don't think anyone I use actually uses shields. Oh, no one uses shields. Ah, well. I saw you. You son of a bitch. Rune of supersonic speed. 20% speed! Damn! That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. I actually do think I want to pop in here real quick again. Verify. Yes. I believe, anyway. Okay, back to the front door. Which, after having seen more of the map, I presume is not going to take me directly to Aldrich. It's going to take me probably to the fucking dragon. So. Is what it is. We shall see. Save! Oh, damn!
It's open.
Good. Now let's go face that tyrant down.
We should make absolutely sure that we're ready. Who knows what's lying in wait for us?
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's gonna be Aldrich. Sounds like a dragon.
What was that?
A woo?
Sounds like the Dukes has one nasty pet.
Doesn't matter. We're still coming for him.
What if that was just like disintegration? What if we were just like, huh, I bet this teleports us, and you step into it and it just fucking disintegrates you?
Of course it's you.
Who the fuck else would it be?
To think my grand aspirations would be derailed by some nameless whelp.
I have a name.
Today we set the Empire back on the path of righteousness, starting with your death!
The secrets of the Barrows and Rune Lenses aren't meant to be heedlessly shared with all. As their defender, it falls to me to strike you down. Habibi!
What absolute rubbish!
Rubbish.
Why should we tolerate
Why do you have the
Rune
blue
Lens's
dangle
power
piece?
being relegated to sorcery that only a handful of people can use? And that falteringly at best! We must establish technology that all can use. It is the only way forward for humanity!
I don't disagree with you, Aldrich, but regicide and conquering everyone else and kidnapping people and performing horrible experimentations and creating monsters of war isn't exactly that.
How can you fools be so selfish as to insist it stay hidden away in some dusty old ruins? I will not permit such intellectually deprived insects to stand in my way. It will not happen!
And when have you ever done anything for humanity? All your actions have been about seizing power for yourself.
You had the lives of Yelu's fellow villagers in your hands, and you traded them away for your own personal gain.
All your talk about humanity is a lie. You don't give a damn about humanity. You're just a monster who speaks of greatness to cover up his own greed.
It's like a tabard, but he doesn't have the dangly cloth on the rest of his thighs, right?
This is it for you, Aldrich.
Right?
Rune lenses are not tools to be exploited recklessly for personal gain. The Guardians will be the ones to put things right. You're gonna regret making an enemy of us.
I don't think any of the people in this party, if Aldrich was this duke in the Empire that was really into technological advancement and was studying the rune lenses, and they opened a rune barrow and found a primal lens, and the duke, by order of the king, was put in charge of researching and learning about this lens and then utilizing its power to create a better world and technology for the Empire's people, and, you know, progress 5 years in the future created, you know, like our equivalent of electric homes and all that style of shit. I don't think any of these people would be like, no, we've got to stop him! Go kill that man! He's messing with the rune lenses! No. You're just fucking
Lie,
wrong,
you
Aldrich.
say? How could anyone in their right mind call power so great a lie? Prove to me otherwise!
What's happening?
Jump
What
out
is
a
that?
dragon. Like, they could have made... I'm not saying they... Yeah, don't forget the tinnitus. I'm not saying that they should have made Aldrich a relatable villain. Right? Like, because I'm not one of those people that's like, every single villain needs to be relatable. No, sometimes it's nice to just have an unequivocally bad villain. But they could have made Aldrich relatable. They could have been like, oh, yeah, we're gonna make him... You know, just... If they focused on the, like, steam tanks and, like, Magitech armor kind of concept, rather than the kidnapping people and ripping their lens energy out of them and kaiju battling it up, etc., then they could have made Aldrich way more relatable. Especially if they gave him some, like, you know, ailing mother backstory type scenario. But he's not. He's just wrong. Unequivocally wrong. Okay, he's quick. I'll say that.
I'll send it right back to you.
Actually, don't we have a... Yeah, it was significantly larger in the war battle.
I'll send it right back to you.
Significantly larger. Fuck it, we're just gonna go attack. He's a little guy. Okay, he's got a front row.
Like it? I know where to strike.
That S armor is really fucking working for him, I will say.
Rune of seclusion. I call you.
Yeah,
This
I'm
isn't
using it.
over. Are you
It's the
alright?
chain smash.
I needed that.
I use it every time I see an armored enemy. Oh, what the fuck?
Like it? I know where to strike.
But S tier armor is quite tanky. You're gonna chain smash. You'll try to rescue a
I'll send
ally.
it right back to you.
You can try to rescue an ally, and you will work it.
Now, so long.
Oh shit! He drains.
I know where to strike.
Yikes!
Rune of seclusion. I call you.
I'll handle this. Are you alright?
Thanks for that.
I needed that. You asked for it. You got
Hurt.
it. Arcana!
I know where to strike.
Oh, we're gonna kill him before we get his armor down. That's legitimately what's gonna happen.
Rune of seclusion. I call you.
I'll handle this. Are you alright?
Thanks for that.
I needed that.
Yikes! Just swinging at the back row, eh? That's fucking rude.
I know where to strike.
It's over.
Did we get him? We got him to half HP, or we got him to half armor before we killed him?
Keep picking yourself
Okay.
back up, and eventually you'll stand taller.
Jesus. Some armor. Bye. Uh-oh. Phase 2. Phase 2. Phase 2!
You will keep me safe, yes?
Jesus. What the... You're telling me we're gonna go fight Aldrich after this? Aldrich isn't a final boss. This is a final boss. What shit? Wait. Okay, he doesn't have any, whatchamacallit anymore, so fuck it. Start swinging. You will need to do that, and you are actually going to... Oh, we actually do not have a lot of, magic urgent.
I'm using this. Back
I'll
on your
handle
feet.
this. Are you alright?
Thanks for that.
I needed that.
Don't you rip that off and hit me with it. Okay. I'm happier to get fucking Bahamut Mega Flare than I am for you to rip that off and hit me with it.
My fighting days are
Like
over.
it?
to say your fighting days are over? That's a little dramatic. I mean, she is pretty fucked up, in fairness. I'm actually going to Holy Water on Isha. And on Hakugen, I'm going to Spirit Medicine.
This'll do.
Because that did kind of slap.
Back on your feet.
Not gonna lie, that did kind of slap. What? I might actually consider using a Earth Rune. Yeah.
Rune of Seclusion. I call you.
Oh, he went before her because apparently the Earth Rune has super low initiative. Yikes! That wasn't nearly as bad as the first one, though.
Thanks for that.
I needed that.
It's over!
What? What? That was a waste.
Barely broke a sweat.
Suspicious.
I won't rest on my laurels.
Suspicious. That was suspiciously low health. I guess the situation was...
We won.
Now, we just have to take care of Aldrich.
Yeah, okay.
Then this will finally all be over.
I was gonna say, that was too suspicious. Everyone's gone.
The bridge! Damn it! Is everyone okay?
Don't worry about us. Keep your eyes on the prize, Noah.
We're gonna have to duel Aldrich.
I'm coming for you, Aldrich.
Okay. Would you like to give me a save point here? No? Alright, well, that's fair, I suppose. It's gonna really suck if I lose this.
We destroyed it, Aldrich. You wanted proof? There's your proof.
Do you see it, boy? How it shines.
Oh, shit.
Could there be anything more lovely?
Is that a primal lens, or is he creating a primal lens? Like, is that rune energy that he has harvested from people to try to create his own
When I was
primal
but
lens?
small, someone told me a fairy tale. Once, in days of yore, rune lenses could be wielded by all. The thought made my heart leap with joy. But it also filled me with envy. Why them, and not me? Was I selfish to think that? Perhaps. But it matters little now. However, Noah, I chose this path, and I will not turn from it. After a certain age, it is too late to renounce beliefs.
Incorrect. You can be a 87-year-old piece of shit scumbag of the earth who has done horrible things. And you can stop being a piece of shit scumbag. You can. You can just stop being that. Those choices are choices for the vast majority of people.
So come at me, if you dare. Let us end this.
Oh, I dare.
I wish he was like
an end to
more
this,
calm.
Eldrick.
With what power? Show me!
Okay.
Pathetic! My plans for the world will not be impeded! What is it about you? Why must you continually interfere?
If you still don't know, now that you stand all alone, then you never will.
You are no one. Nothing! You will not sway me from my path.
The dragon was the final boss. This duel is just kind of a formality. That's fine. Like, I'm okay with a duel being the last thing. Oh. That is apparently a... I'm supposed to attack him. Well, don't announce it.
You are no one. You will not...
I also chose my path, and I will see it through to the end!
You lack the strength for such, boy! Behold, the primal lens is pure and absolute.
It might not be
power.
deep and fuck if they aren't cool. Absolutely. Like, if nothing else, this game is aesthetically pleasing. Absolutely. If nothing else, this game is aesthetically pleasing. Same! It's not a duel, bitch!
Here to challenge me again.
Love it!
Kesley.
Today you fall!
You have betrayed your empire!
You did! When you sullied Galdea's good name!
Oop.
Nothing you say will ever take the blood off your hands. And all because you coveted the lens's power!
A 1v1v1v1 is not a duel.
I am weary to death of your preaching.
Okay, I'm weary to death of your preaching his attack.
Simple-minded whelp!
I will not turn away from what I know to be right!
You know nothing! You will not sweat.
Oh, it's just all attack all the time.
I will not turn away from what I know to be right.
You know nothing!
Alone, I may not stand a chance against the vast power of the rune lenses.
But I am not alone! And together, we are greater than you!
The rune lens's power is that of the world itself! What makes you think you can surpass that? The world desires to follow my path because that is its natural course!
Is it?
Stop lying to yourself!
The lens
We
is
just got a
no
pocket
longer your
healer.
gift to
Isha's just down there
humanity.
like, I got you,
Kept it
I got you,
locked
I'll get you
away.
back in the fight. Give me a second.
This is my world, too!
A quaddle? It's definitely a quaddle.
And I don't need you telling me what's best for it. The lives you took to awaken the primal lens? It's unconscionable!
It was inevitable! Had I not done it, someone else would have!
The greatest thing, the greatest excuse for bad guys. If I didn't do it, someone else was gonna do it. Eh?
Oh, look at you! You won't even own up to it! People like you are the worst!
Agreed.
Who do you think you're fooling? All you want is to build weapons!
Oh,
A means
wonderful
to an
standoff.
end. Humanity has a right to wield the lenses. It is our destiny to attain that technology.
For weapons?
I will not be lectured by you, Guardian.
You really don't get it, do you? Poo-poo me!
He
Who do
doesn't.
you think you're fooling? All you want is to build...
He really doesn't get it.
A means to an end. I will not be.
You really don't... Poo-poo me!
Humanity has a right.
Who do you think you're fooling?
Finish
You
it!
think the whole world wants the same thing as you? To start wars over the lenses? To take uncountable lives just to unlock their power? No one wants that! You're alone! And your path leads to nothing!
Leads to something.
Silence! I call again upon the primal lens.
But that's worked so well for you so far. It's just working super well for you. I'm back, baby! I'm also back, baby!
Noah! Sane!
Oh, shit!
Face it, Noah! You cannot defeat me!
You're looking pretty fucked up at this point, buddy!
Your punishment will be delivered by all of us. Every person who wishes as strongly as I do for your tyranny to end!
No! I need more power! Answer my call! Give me the strength to prevail!
Gonna, like, consume him.
Noah?
Ready?
Now!
He didn't even get to do anything. He just got bopped. And into the primal lens he goes.
Don't take away my beautiful shine.
We did it.
Aw, shit. Where the fuck the lens go?
Yes.
Of course we did.
Poo poo bee.
What now?
The whole
The
place is
castle
gonna
is
go down.
collapsing.
Oh, you think? Run!
Don't actually make me run, please. Oh, hey, cool! Nice! We'll get a little... oh, God! They barely made it out of that one. Yay! GG! Wee! just bodies. Just so many bodies. These fuckers just will not give up. Y'all were just saying we don't have time for this. Y'all, half of you have died to the falling debris at this point. Seriously. I've seen 3 of you get squished already. They just have to do the scenario where everyone says something. Even if it's inconsequential and out of place. Oh, I do like this though. Leon, not Lena, my fucking dyslexic ass. the fuck? Why are there still so many enemy soldiers? Why? And why are they all just like, yeah, my duty is to try to pick off some of these rebel scum while this castle falls down around me? Wow. We've got a posse of like 30 people following behind us. There's absolutely no way none of them got squished. Isha would have been here if we weren't using her, I'm sure. Alrighty then. Heroes victory! Oh shit. Keeps security at established watch, returns to home dojo, joins the watch, returns to Eltiswise on the occasion. We're still Eltiswise. Like, real fast. That's why I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna have to skim this. Just gonna have to skim this. Home base, build own castle, stays okay. They hang out together and build their own castle. Cool. It's gonna be a lot of a lot. There's 120 characters. We've got 119 of them. Eltiswise recovers, goes back to Eltiswise, often returns to the watch. Cool. Oh, sadness! We don't get burials. Returns to his village, returns to his home country, lives with Wyler. Studies Begoma, departs on a journey, becomes best Spinadir, departs on a quest for legendary cards. Proven his strength? Yeah, you think so? Returns to the University of Carls, continues to travel. Interesting. Yeah, Treefolk Village is... Oh no, the Dendro's back. Okay. Apparently went fine. Returns to grandmother with friend, lives an easy life at the home base, returns to Yarnan with Marissa. Alright. Developed a rivalry with Pooby. Goes back to Yarnan. Oh, wants to open dessert shop. Officially turns Guardians, leads the Guardians. Returned to his homeland, but continues to be a Guardian. Goes back to Elf Village. The older brother who was with us for like 3 scenes. Like, of the throwaway characters. Returns home, goes back to homeland, departs on a journey to find new strong opponents, bought a premium card for auction. Heads to the Barrows. Is venerated as a soldier of the true god. Writes a treatise on muscle magic. And is an instructor. Nice. Strong supporter of the Emperor of Baldia. Okay, goes back to the Empire with Sane. Helps rebuild the Hidden Village with Milu. Gathers Duke Saltric's former lab members. Becomes the Empire's technology research leader. Goes back to the Empire. Develops Sylvie 2. Returns to the Empire. Agent in the Intelligence Bureau. Returns to the Empire. Helps rebuild the army. Famous artist. No. Why this is so fast. It is unnecessarily quick. With no option for pausing. Runs his restaurant, runs the restaurant, returns to his own territory where he collects antiques. He keeps doing what he always does. Saved a fallen horse? What? It's a vigilante group. Settled down at Hope Base. Returns to Haishan. Returns to Haishan. Returns to Haishan. Returns to Haishan. Continues working as a mercenary. Returns to Euchris. Journeys, goes back home. Cuts a cutting board in half. Returns to Imperishiarch. Returns to Imperishiarch. Returns to Imperishiarch. Ooh, new Shi'ar craft. Nice. Returns to the country she fled, proves her innocence, rejoins the Knights. Travels far in search of lenses. Roams the continent, chatting up women. Eupharius, my boy. Eupharius was pretty dope. Research, enrolls in the University of Carls, and returns to the forest as a lumberjack. Departs on a journey to build a moving castle, participates in battles against the remnants of Duke Aldrich's army, devotes himself to theater productions. Banished with his thralls. Makes Marcus her subordinate. Continues her research. Or his research. Or her research. I don't remember. That's terrible. I love that Milana's just like, you're fucking mine. you're my remnant king. You obey my orders. Magical girl, teleports here and there, sometimes makes mistakes, disappears. Supports his heir. Goes back to Noristar. Goes back to Skris. Moves to Noristar. Interesting. Joins Vortice's army. Does something. Really? They're raising an army against Valmoris. That's kind of interesting. Oh, Maxim! Aha! That's not a no, I think. Goes to the East Reach, accompanies Yugo, joins Mio in her training, meets a messenger for East Reach, and departs on a new mission. Continues to travel with Isha and Guru, finds fulfillment with Isha, with CJ and Isha, returning to Nunavea on the occasion. Lives in Yarnan. Interesting. Traveling salesman, returns to Nunavea. Or Nuneva. I do love that animation. It's Pride Rock. Departs, founds a guild. Naps. I feel you, Larla. Goes back to his workshop, founds a guard guild. Interesting. Returns to the Alliance base, becomes mayor, manages the home base, runs an armory at home base. It feels like a lot of people just sort of like, yeah, we just live here now. Travels, goes to Nunavea, opens a training dojo. Lives at home base, lives at home base. Returns to be a doctor. Stays at headquarters. Recently developed feelings for a girl. Departed to seek revenge. Still does stuff at home base. Looks after Eggfoots. Does the Eggfoot thing. Still works at home base. Goes back to Shiri Village. After the Alliance disbands, he searched for his own new path while participating in the newly reestablished Watch. And Lean, we don't fucking know because we didn't get her. I might actually... Oh, shit. That's a lie. I might actually go back in my own time and do what I was talking about. Do the whole, like... Do that load that was, like, 7 hours prior and do that whole shebang. We'll see. I'm not like... I'm also interested in the DLC, but truth be told, I don't know that I enjoyed the game enough to want to do the DLC on stream. So it might be one of those things where just when I'm feeling like it off on my own time, I go do that stuff and then maybe do the DLC sometime. We'll see. The end. The end. Okay, I'm gonna reduce the volume over here. Man, I want to just love this game. Right. Okay, so this is the time period post game where I'm gonna kind of like roll my thoughts up. And I those are kind of my thoughts as well, right? Like, I want to love this game. This game has a lot of style and atmosphere. It's a very pretty game. I do love the aesthetic of it. I'm very fond of the music. I think it's pretty good, bordering on very good the vast majority of the time. And a vast quantity of the core of the game I am enamored with. I really do like a good portion of it, right? But it just falls flat on so many things. And realistically, the main reason why it falls flat is because of its lack of depth. Across the board, right, in story, in gameplay mechanics, in mini games, in all of those different systems, it kind of just falls flat. It's got so much stuff going on. No, the localization was perfectly fine, and I had zero issues with the localization. Not a fucking problem at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But, like, I mean, I've expounded on this over and over and over again throughout playing this game. I've played this game for, like, 80 hours, and it's just really, like, the core of combat is cool. Right? Like, things are flashy and interesting. But there are so few of them. And the balancing feels so poor. So many characters are not worth using. They're just bad statistically. So many characters don't have their own unique special runes. Even the characters that do have special runes, most of them only have 1 or 2. Some characters are limited to, like, 4 fucking rune slots. Other characters have, like, 7 or 8. And there seems to be no rhyme or reason between why that is the case. It makes it very shallow on the overall concept of who is a serviceable person to utilize in the game. And just like that, everything else is the same, right? Runes are relatively shallow. There's not a crazy amount of them. There's not a... Like, many of them are just basically stats. It's not flashy. It's not interesting. Much of the gameplay, right, ends up being devolved to just hit things. hit things, hit things, hit things, hit things, occasionally use this magic, occasionally use this rune, right? Equipment management is, again, severely lacking in depth. It's basically just equip the things that give the slightly higher stats, equip the runes that give the slightly higher stats, go to the weapon shop whenever you can and hit upgrades, spend your money to see the number go up. It's very lacking in any sort of depth. The only thing there that is somewhat differentiated is like accessories and some runes, but honestly, because of the way that the game plays, you just favor killing power the vast majority of the time, so that's what you want. You want to be faster, and you want to kill things as quickly as possible, so everything that is not that is somewhat useless, and that's, or not useless, but it's less useful generally, which brings down the, or decreases the depth of the combat system. Same thing with all the minigames, right? Like, there's not a single minigame that actually has true depth. The only one that gets anywhere close is the card game, and really, it's passably deep, but it could be significantly better. Everything about it is just a higher bonus or higher victory points. That's the entirety of the depth of the card game. Is can you get this combo to do have a higher number? That's it. There's no like maneuver. Like, imagine a card game that plays much the same, but with cards that allow you to like swap cards in different places, like changing up the mechanic or changing up the layout, right? Like, imagine having cards where you could swap enemy card layouts, right? A lot of different like concepts could add depth to that. And there's no depth in the Eggfoot races. There's no depth in the fishing. There's no depth in the cooking. There's no, you know, like, absolutely. There's so many different ways that you could add depth, and it's just really non-existent there. Much of the way that the base building plays out, while again aesthetically pleasing, is entirely lacking in depth. It's just gather these crew these resources, which mostly is a passive thing, and then every once in a while upgrade a thing and get access to a new scenario, right? And it's just because those systems are lacking in depth, it makes the gameplay loop very shallow. And not unsatisfying, but yeah, kind of unsatisfying, right? I'll be honest, this game took me like 4 months to complete. And a goodly portion of why it took me 4 months to complete is because I'm working on secret projects at the same time, and also because I'm just tired, like life has just been rough. But also part of the reason why it took me 4 months to get through this game is because it didn't excite me to come and play it the vast majority of the time. And that is a good big portion of that is the gameplay loop. But also a massive portion of it is the story, right? Like, if you have an amazing story and shitty gameplay, I will often still get sucked into you. If you have amazing gameplay and a shitty story, I will also often still get sucked into you, right? Well, plenty of games that have trash stories that I have loved playing because they are just so fucking fun to play. But this game's gameplay loop wasn't bad. It just wasn't exciting, and it wasn't fulfilling. It didn't draw me in to want to play it. And on top of that, and I know, so I don't think anything of what I said right there was contentious in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I think that's just fact. If you want to try to argue with me that, oh, there actually is depth in this thing, I can just be like, press 2 buttons. No, there isn't, right? But that aside, I do think what I say next is potentially contentious. And if you enjoy or even love the story of this game, by all means, good for you. That's great. But to me, the story of this game was disappointing because there is so much interesting stuff happening, and it just feels like it gets sidelined. The primal lenses. There's like 3 parts in the story where the primal lenses come up. The very beginning, the very end, and like a little point in the middle. They get thrown around a lot, like the name gets thrown around a lot, but they don't actually get involved. I think we saw a total of like 3 or 4 primal lenses. This entire game could have been based around the primal lenses and this power struggle to control them and what that causes, etc., etc. And I think it would have been far more interesting for the world and the story that this game presents. Because it's all there. All of that information and concepting is there. They just decided that that's not the story they were gonna tell. And more to that point, the story that they did tell is very... yeah. kludgy, kid gloves, hands off. It is not complex, and that's not always a bad thing. Not every game has to be incredibly deep from a story standpoint with twists and turns and nuance. But it really does help if there's a bit of nuance in things. And this was very black and white from the very beginning. Just, here's your good guys, here's your bad guys. There's no real question aside from that. And every step of the game just felt like a weird oddity, like a weird struggle bus of like, no, it feels like this thing should happen. It feels like these players should work together, but no, we're not going to do that because that doesn't serve the story that we're trying to tell. Right? It feels very pigeonholed. It feels very Deus Ex Machina throughout the vast majority of the game. And that saddens me because at the start, they do present this very interesting concept and these very human emotions that I think they could have taken advantage of. I truly, truly believe that at the end of the day, if they had made a story more based around the primal lenses, more factions fighting over the lenses, more lenses actually being involved, more individuals, bosses, right? Like de facto leaders of organizations actually utilizing the lens's power, right? Like all of those different things would have made for a more interesting interpretation of the world that they presented. And doing it from 3 points of view would have been better. Because I will say, that is what I expected from this game, and that is not what we got from this game. From the promotional tier, but I backed this game, right? Like, from the my name's somewhere in that shit, right? From the promotional material, I had assumed that it would be more of a 3-pronged story, but it's really not. It's really, really not. There is like 85% Noah, 10% Sane, and 5% Marissa. There's a little section where Sane goes off on his own. There's a little section where Marissa goes off on her own. There's like 2 moments where you have to split the party, maybe 3 moments where you have to split the party in 3 based off of those 3 characters. But by no means was it a tale of 3 stories, right? And it could have been. And it would have been cool Sane's motivation and his background is really intriguing in the backdrop of what this game is. Even if you altered the story slightly to be more focused on the primal lenses, Aldrich I actually liked the ending there, right? Like the ending against Aldrich I thought was perfectly suitable, right? None of what I'm saying means that doesn't have to happen. None of what I'm saying means that certain really cool key moments in the game didn't have to happen. They just have a different framing around them, right? But Sane's like little interlude where he goes in, is like a rebel in Galdean lands. That was great. More of that would have been really cool. This instance where you have the start of the story, you have the start of the three characters' stories, they meet up, the stuff in Eltisvies happens, and then they split into three actual stories throughout the mid-game would have been incredibly cool. Because you would have had Sane be able to go off and do all of this stuff in the Empire and everything that's going on there. Marissa go off with the Guardians into Elvish lands and into the Rune Barrows and all of this shit, while Noah leads a resistance or the Alliance, right? Actually at the helm of the League, rather than the League being a complete and utter piece of shit the vast majority of the time. And then having each of their stories have full arcs and full bad guys, because really at the end, it doesn't feel like Sane or Marissa had growth or had conclusions to their stories. Narungard at the end was such a very little like, oh, that's Marissa's moment, but not really. I assume that that's going to come back into play in Marissa's DLC, because there's DLC for, I think, Sane, Marissa, and Marcus, right? Which is cool, right? Like, I don't begrudge that, but why have DLC for them when you could have told a full and complete interesting story in a three-pronged scenario? And then at the end, right? Like, last time we got to the castle, and I was like, you know what? It would have been cooler if we are all back together, we have this big battle on 3 different fronts, then we breach the castle from 3 different points, they gotta help each other out, and it's this big climactic culmination of the 3 stories working together, defeating their final kind of like foes, and then culminating against Aldrich. And there are absolutely really cool individuals in the game that would have made suitable final enemies for each of the 3 stories. Like, Narungard could have been a good final enemy for Marissa if she was only getting involved more in the story. Marissa's whole story could have been against that whole whatever of the Dawn group, right? And that could have been really interesting. Sane's whole story could have been against, oh fuck, what was the name? The basically like the diehard paladin of Aldrich that died at the fucking second to last battle, right? Like, or even Chapel, right? Like, either of those would have worked. Hurstwine would have been like, you probably would have had to alter his character a little bit so that he's not just some fucking low-level grunt. Also, what the fuck ever happened to Hurstwine? He just killed Periel and was just like, bounce! like you could have designed this game with such a more interesting story that takes advantage of the world building elements of it. And they just didn't do that. And so the story feels very much like the gameplay and most of the mechanics. It just feels shallow at the end of the day. I'm saying a lot that sounds highly negative. At the end of the day, this isn't a bad game. It's probably like a 6. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10 or something like that. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, right? There are really fun little things that happen in it. There's some really cool humor. Again, it's very aesthetically pleasing. There's some really cool moments. The music is really good. It's fine. I'm just passionate because I see the moments where it could have been way fucking more than fine. This could have been the RPG to bring, like, the spirit of Suikoden back into the modern era, right? It could have been the game that I think a lot of people anticipated it being. And instead, it's alright. You know, it's alright. And here's the thing, like, I don't want it to be Suikoden. That's not my intent, is for it to be Suikoden. But it's kind of like Unicorn Overlord, right? Like, Unicorn Overlord is not Ogre Battle. It's not any stretch of the imagination is it Ogre Battle. But do I feel like Unicorn Overlord has taken the essence of Ogre Battle and brought it into the modern era? Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. That game took all of what is good and interesting and fun about Ogre Battle, refined it, and brought it into the modern era. This game could have been that for Suikoden. It could have taken the essence of what Suikoden is and brought it into the modern world so that people could see that. Like, people new to the genre, new to the franchise, new to gaming in general, could have the same type of experience that other people did when they played Suikoden for the first time, right? Back in the day. And I don't really think that the game does this. I do think that it has its moments, it has its good parts, right? And it's overall fine, but it could have been so much better. It could have been, you could have had really, like, I'm sitting here struggling to put into words, but I think at the end of the day, it's just more, right? Like, when I say there's a lack of depth, the vast majority of the time that the issue is that there's just not more stuff, more abilities, more hero combos, more fucking runes, more magic, more things to do in each minigame, right? Like, even in the fishing minigame, something as simple as like a fucking quick time event, like something as simple as like left, right, left, right, left, right. Anything other than just the line goes in, line got bit, press the button, right? 8-foot racing. Give me some sort of control. Let me activate the abilities that I give to the 8-foots, right? Like, have there be more depth in the gameplay. The game just needs more. Its story needs more. The only thing that it doesn't need more of is characters. And honestly, I've talked about this already, but I do think splitting the story into 3 fronts, right? If you want 120 characters, fine. But splitting the story into 3 fronts makes that story, makes that amount of characters easier to manage. But again, if you want a story with a shit ton of characters, stop having characters that do not matter. Stop having characters that are irrelevant to the story. If you want to have 120 characters on your playable roster or on your players roster, do not have characters like Salus. That is a empty fucking slot. That slot did not need to exist because he is an NPC that is on screen for a very brief amount of time and thus takes, even though he's on screen for a very brief amount of time, that is time that could have been dedicated towards developing one of your player characters. Get rid of Salus. He doesn't matter. Have Maxim be the young prince of Noristar, and you can go a very similar fucking vibe, right? Like, it's just, stop it. If you're gonna have a lot of characters, those characters need to be the focus of the game, right? If you have a lot of characters, every single character in the game that shows up should be one of those characters, and there should be no one else except for bad guys. Like, that's it. Period. End of discussion. Ugh. I feel very passionately that this could have been an amazing game. This could have been a 9+ for me. If it just had some, it would absolutely be like a 7 or an 8 for me. If it just had more depth to its systems. If its mini games were just a little deeper and it had more options in the combat, it would be a 7 or an 8 for me out of the gate, right? And then it could easily hit an 8 or a 9 if its story was just a little more nuanced, a little less. I'm trying not to jump real hard into this. Remember the fucking mid-game when we're doing all the shit with the League and Euchris and all the shit at Haishan and everything like that? And really the tactical shit made no fucking sense in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If you're gonna have a game about war, go read some books about war and actually have your shit make sense. 'Cause it hurts. It hurts things. It makes it feel so weird and silly and unbelievable. It's not. What's the other game that I got like really fucking impassioned about? Because I was like, I want to love this game. What was it? I don't remember. I gotta go check. Jay, what was the game? Let's find out. We just go look at the master list. I don't know. Because I don't know how fucking long ago this was. I think it was recent. I say recent, but I think it was like prior to Unicorn Overlord and Chained Echoes, maybe. What did I play prior to that? Oh, I think it was Fire Emblem Engage, right? Like, because I ranted about Fire Emblem Engage for like an hour at the end of Fire Emblem Engage. I think it's the same kind of like feeling for me as Fire Emblem Engage. Is just like that game. For example, that game was fantastic from a gameplay standpoint. I do not want that. Okay. Alright, I clicked the wrong thing. That game was fantastic from a gameplay standpoint, but the story and the characterization was just horrendous. It was so ludicrously bad. It's like, I get really impassioned about games that I think are so close to being good. And this game really, really was, I think. My headset died? No, I just turned it down very low. And this game was definitely that. Like, I can see all of the hallmarks in this game. It's not like I'm saying, oh, if they'd just completely redone the game, it would have been better. Well, no shit. No, I'm saying, like, the skeleton of this game was great. The flesh that they put on top of it was an amalgamation. Right? Like, I like the concept of all of the minigames in this game. If they put depth in those minigames, I would have loved them. That would have been great. I like the basics of the battle system in this game. I like the concept of the rune system and runes as a whole and rune magic and hero combos. It's just so many of them feel not worthwhile or incredibly poorly balanced, or there just aren't a lot, right? So it just feels very flat. Like, so when I'm saying all of this stuff, do not take it as this concept of like, they just needed to completely change the game, blah, 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 blah. No, not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The skeleton is there. Very fine skeleton. Love that Mr. Skeleton. But they just needed to set dress that thing differently, right? Like add in more depth on the gameplay, alter the story to be more of a split. I really do think that would have helped the game. I really do think that would have helped the game. If you split the story into trios, you cut each of the characters down to 40 for each of the split paths, and then I think you absolutely are going to be able to focus in on what's going on in each of those paths. You build a better story, you build a better concept and growth into each of those characters, and you... Why create this really cool world with these primal lenses where the primal lenses show up at the start and they show up at the end? And that's it. That's get it. And the battles, like, let's be honest, battles in like the Suikoden series period ever have never been especially good. Right? Like, in ye olden days, they were just rock, paper, scissors. So were duels, right? Like, duels were just rock, paper, scissors. But I will say, like, I remember rock, paper, scissors more fondly than I'm going to remember the duels or the battles in this. There's just no depth to them. The duels are cool. The duels look really cool, but there's no depth to them. And the battles are not cool, and there is no depth. Could have been cool. Would have been really neat to see all of our characters actually on the battlefield interspersed through various units. Would be really cool if you actually had the ability to customize your units and make like different battle groups. Would be really cool if there was actual strategy, but the vast majority of every single battle is just group up, walk towards the enemy, use all of your abilities, walk into the enemy. There's like one battle where like you should hang back because you're outnumbered, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure, obvious. There's not like depth of strategy there. It's just, oh, something's gonna happen, or else this is gonna be an automatic loss, so I guess I'll just hang out here until something happens. It's just, again, it's just a lack of depth across the board. There's so many fucking backers for this game. That being said, after all of that, am I happy to have played this game? Yes, I am happy to have played this game. I am happy that this game exists. I'm happy that Rabbit and Bear, or Bear and Rabbit Studios, whichever one, I'm happy that they made this. I'm happy that they got the funding to make it. If for no other reason, then I hope that there are people out there like me that can see a game like this and see all of the promise and potential that is in a game like this and go, you know what? I can do that. Because that gives me hope for a future where maybe it's not Eiyuden Chronicles, right? Or Suikoden, but that gives me hope for the future of a game that comes out that actually does encapsulate what I think this genre or this branch of genre can be, right? Because I do think that that there's a world out there, and there's a game out there that does have a sweeping, grandiose story to tell. That does have several dozen or 100+ characters in it that are meaningful characters and that matter to that story. That is also deep and complex and has things like duels and battles, and those things are deep and complex. And that would be really, really cool. That would be really, really cool. All right. I've kind of just been continuing to talk because I was expecting this to, that's like more than 5 backers. Yes, it's many more than 5 backers. I've kind of been just letting this go because I was like, it's gotta end, right? It's gotta end. And what if there's something at the end? Should have been doing this from the very beginning. Jesus, that's so many backers. And this is just the backers that weren't named, right? Like, that didn't send in their information. I might be in this, actually. I don't remember if I sent in my information. Jeebus. So many backers. I hope that the majority of people that... And I do think, right, like... This game has on the store page, it is mostly positive reviews. It's 76% positive reviews. And truthfully, I think it probably the majority of the not positive reviews are that whole localization anti-woke bullshit, right? I would also give it a positive review if I actually did reviews on Steam. But I hope that the majority of people who played the game... We're going to go down here to 10. I hope that the majority of people that played the game enjoyed it and had a positive experience with it. I do want to temper all of the things that I have said and say again, right? Like, I am happy to have played this game. I do think it is a fine game. Again, I give it like probably a 6 at the end of the day. Which some people might look at and be like, well, that's a terrible game. But remember, I give games like 3s and 4s, right? Like I'm rough on scoring. I am not one of those people that's like, oh, this game was just okay. It's like an 8. No. So like a 6 is average, perfectly good game. Etc., etc., right? Exactly. 5 is middling, 6 is in the upper bracket, right? It's a good game. It just could have been so much more than it was. And I don't think that I'm off base in saying any of that. All right, anyways, that's going to be the end of Eiyuden Chronicles. That is the end of Eiyuden Chronicle. This whole, like, 7s being considered middling makes no fucking sense. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that concept. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I hate any scoring system that ignores the lower half of the scoring system. Like, if you have a 1 through 10 scoring system, and you're like, 1, 2s, 3s, and 4s are all absolutely horrendous, and 5 is bad, then your scoring system is bad, and you don't need a 1 through 10, you need a 1 through 5. Like, stop it. You know? Anyways. That's it. That's Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.